What's up, guys? It is Brandon from Crack Brain with more Everlasting Summer. Last time we were playing some poker, didn't win at all. We kind of really foobarred it going with the game, and we didn't win any favors with the ladies. But it's the next day. It's day 3, so let's see what can happen today. The night going through, it happened to me that all the time. You see incredibly lucid images in your dream, as if you fell in a Hollywood blockbuster with a plot full of twists, well-paid actors, and multi-million-dollar visual effects, and then you wake up in the morning without remembering a thing. That's what I was trying to do, to restore the images shown by my relaxed brain, but that part of my memory was empty, either archived or formatted completely. Oh, it's 7 a.m. according to the clock. Looks a little bit brighter. I don't remember that carpet being green. Do you? I seem to be an early bird today. Olga was still sleeping, wrapping tightly in her blanket. Wrapping so tightly in a hot summer? I got up, stretched, and went to the mirror to have a look at myself. I'd better shave. Strange idea. Before, twice a month was enough, but now nothing depends on the way I look. I haven't found a razor anyway. Why do I even need it if I look like I'm 17 at most? I did shave when I was 17. I had a big old goatee. So, just on the chin though, the chinny chin chin. I had long sideburns. So, breakfast can't start earlier than 9 a.m. This means I have plenty of time, which I can spend on walking and washing, for example. Oh, that cold water. The water didn't seem as ice cold as the previous day. On the contrary, its refreshing coolness helped me to brace up and come back to reality, whether all these events could be called real. The tooth powder didn't seem to be such an outdated thing. A quick thought struck me as it's not that different from toothpaste. When I returned to the cabin, Olga was already up. She was standing in front of the mirror and fixing her hair. Good morning, Simone. Morning. Because of the lack of sleep, my head was still singing, and my thoughts were all jumbled together. However, I didn't regret waking up instead of my usual habit of sleeping in for 2 or 3 hours more. How come you got up so early? It just happened. And no neckerchief once again. Let me. I'll do it myself. Not a big deal. On my way to the canteen. I don't think so. Do it now. Did you forget about the lineup before breakfast? How could I even forget? And what's the lineup going to be about today? We'll discuss the agenda for the day. So what's the agenda? Frankly speaking, I didn't care for what might be on the agenda for our courageous pioneer troop. I was mostly interested in where our brave leader will send our little pioneer army for the following 12 to 15 hours. Maybe I could manage to avoid enemy location. What? You haven't made enemies yet. You'll find that out at the lineup. She gave me a willy smile. Olga, you know, my stomach is getting upset. I'd rather, well, you know, I believe that's okay to miss the lineup once. It could get all nasty if I fail to control it right there. Where did all this courage come from? You'll have 5 more minutes. I'm afraid I need more time. Can you tell me right now, please? Sure, I'll try, but just in case all goes down. Oh, fine. On our list for today is cleaning the camp locations, organizing the books in the library, some other minor task, and of course we have a ball in the evening. Watch yourself. You might take part in the camp activities today. You bet. Definitely, and now I'd rather... Come on, let's hit the road. I came out of the cabin and hid in the bushes behind it, waiting for Olga to leave. Actually, I didn't have any particular reason to behave this way, but the voice within me kept telling me that I have nothing to do at the lineup. Alright. After the camp leader left, I went back to the cabin and decided to wait for breakfast there. Why? What? Oh, I don't know what's going on. Well, I'm not planning on taking part in community life today. Cleaning and organizing, that's not what someone in my situation should be doing. 2 days have passed, and I'm still right where I started. All the residents seem to be perfectly ordinary people. They weren't involved in any conspiracy, weren't communicating with aliens, and had no idea about time warps. Of course, each of them is a bit peculiar, but those peculiarities do not seem to be out of line at all. Moreover, if I had met any of these pioneers in my familiar world, I wouldn't suspect anything wrong. They seem to be even more normal and natural than, let's say, yours truly. I'm not normal at all. This line of reasoning was quite logical. The illogical part was the absence of answers. Ordinary people in an extraordinary place. I've heard and seen that already somewhere. Dozens of pioneers, or even more, live their familiar lives and do their regular stuff day by day. They don't understand that the world around them is not what it looks like. Okay. But this is their point of view. As for me, I'm not acquainted with the world of something camp and its residents, even if they seem to behave the way normal people would under the same circumstances. I have to decide here and now, are those people involved in what's happening to me? Can they give me any answers? Or do they have to seek the truth somewhere else? Oh, do I have to seek the truth somewhere else? Well, come on, dude. Seems I overdid it a bit and with the thinking. There's no usual crowd of hungry pioneers near the camp. I missed the food, didn't I? Or even inside the canteen. Most of them probably had their breakfast before 9 a.m. That's even better. 2's company. 3 is a crowd. Lena was sitting in the farthest corner of the canteen, lazily picking with her fork with Anamorph's lump of vaguely resembled porridge. Having a breakfast with her seems like a good idea. We can chat in peace. Or at least try to have one. I was on the way to our table when suddenly somebody grabbed me by the sleeve. I bet it's a little kid. Oh, nope. It's the librarian. Get your meal and come. We need to talk. Ho, ho, ho. What are you waiting for? I was a bit confused. Pardon, isn't it a bit too sudden? What's wrong? Get your meal and sit down. I suppose she considers her behavior completely normal. I didn't promise Lena anything. I'm not sure why, but I accepted the invitation. What can I learn? What if I can learn something new? She is such a bookworm. A minute later, I was sitting in front of with the tray and a simple meal on it. Porridge, 2 eggs, 4 pieces of white bread, a sausage, and a glass of compote. Bon appetit! Thanks. I decided to act as politely as I could, and also eat more neatly, without chomping and spilling crumbs of food or drops of compote. So, what do you want to talk about? Today, at the library, I wasn't listening from this point onwards. I immediately recalled Olga's words about the schedule events for today. Don't forget! Oh, what? I said don't forget to visit the library after lunch. What for? Were you even listening? Nope. I admit it honestly. Man, dude. He's gonna get kicked in the nuts. Like a swift kick in the nuts. Then his face turned red, then appeared green, then took on a soft purple color. Today, after lunch, you in the library. Got it, dunce? Dunce? What kind of curse is that? Though a pioneer must never use a curse word, how could I forget this rule? Son of a bitch. Oh yeah, sure. I apologize, of course. I'll be there. Actually, I wasn't really planning to go anywhere, but if you want to make someone speak, you need to sacrifice a bit first. By the way, what year is it now? I totally lost count. I decided to play fair. She looked at me perplexedly and answered, have you gone completely bananas? Honestly, that's how I felt for the last few days. Jenna didn't reply. So what year is it? I smiled kindly. See, I'm smiling. Listen, why don't you visit the infirmary? Ooh, I get to see the nurse. Will they tell me what year it is there? Oh, certainly, and even more. Zen stood up and headed to the exit. Wait, you didn't finish your meal? But it looks like she won't turn back. I was finishing chewing on the sausage, which tasted like a twisted pear cable. I don't know what a cable tastes like, but alright. I wonder if they have internet access here. Guess not. Pioneer sitting at the table noticed me talking to myself and stared at me. I smiled and waved to him in return. After such a friendly greeting, he, for some reason, left the canteen quickly without finishing his breakfast. Done with the food, it's time to search for clues. Yep, come on guys, let's hop in the mystery machine. Sometime later, I finally came to the infirmary. I have nothing to do in that place. Though the nurse seemed quite caring, it's better to keep a distance from her. No, dude. Such benevolence is actually scary. She may know something, but I just hadn't the courage to enter the infirmary. Moreover, I had no reason to. Not a single one. Immersed in my own thoughts, I didn't notice the nurse who was standing on the porch. Oh, she's got two different eyes. Hi there, Pioneer. She came closer. You must be sick. Did you come for medicine? No. I was just wandering around. Oh, a truant, I see. But if you're here, I have a serious task for you. I gave her a look of inquiry. The word task made me feel uneasy. It sounded like something inevitable. The nurse smiled spitefully. You both will help me to make an inventory of the supplied medicine which arrived today. Both? Who are we? Perhaps I misheard. But what could she be confused with both? Hi. Lena emerged from behind the nurse's back. It seems strange that I hadn't noticed her until now. Well, you know, you got the 18-year-old and then you've got the 30-year-old. 30-year-old's got more experience, dude. Come here after dinner. I have explained anything to Lena. She will tell you what to do. Medicine, huh? Supplied today? But Olga told me that no bus would arrive in the next couple days. So, there were any visitors to our camp today? Yes, they arrived from the city this morning. Why are you asking? Just curious. Alright then, Pioneer. So tonight, after dinner, you'll be here. Maybe I... Lena was barely noticeable this whole time. Surely she's able to remain invisible like a skilled ninja. I could do it on my own. No way. There are lots of boxes. And a pioneer is always ready. Isn't that so, Pioneer? She gazed at me and smiled menacingly. I don't want to spend the whole evening doing something like this, and also I've got more important things to do. But rejecting this request would be really improper. If it wasn't Lena who was standing here, I would definitely think my way out. No, dude. Nice. You gotta help the nurse, the sexy nurse. Come on. Nice. That's how a true pioneer should answer. Even after these words, I barely came to a step closer to the be prepared, always prepared motto. And then you can go. I looked at Lena, who was still staring at the ground. I guess I'll All that time she spent staring at the ground was enough to learn everything there is to know about life and the habits of different insects. Plus, Lena likes to read, so she probably read many biology, botanical, and so on books. Perhaps she wants to become an entomologist. Where will you head next? Lana's word drew me away from the obscure thoughts. We'd been standing at the square for some time, and my speculations about Bug's lives were only an attempt to escape this awkward situation. Though, why did I see it as awkward? Just don't forget, okay, alright? Don't forget what? Well, tonight after dinner at the infirmary, me, the nurse, and you. Her face got a slightly grumpy look to it. No way, that's impossible. Alright, right after dinner, I'm at your service. I thought too late. At my words, Lena blushed even harder. I need to find a way to ease the situation. Here, let me just take this out. Why did the nurse ask you to do it? I don't know. I was just sitting at the bench reading a book when she came, and it's smart to ask a reliable person who would never say no. Okay, well then after dinner. Okay, I'll be off then. She skips down. Yes, sure. She walked off somewhere beside the clubs, and I just stood at the square for some time. So what's next? I decided to visit my cabin in order to collect my phone. I don't know where I find myself today, but having a watch is always useful. How did you charge it? Though having a wristwatch is much easier. Suddenly I heard a different tune, which was cutting through the usual noise of the camp. Isn't that a band? I listened to it carefully. Sounds like an electric guitar. 3 repeating chords, no more. But this melody still felt somehow warm, as if a vacuum 2-bass auto amplifier was used. Could there be such a luxury here? The sound was definitely coming from somewhere near the stage area. I wonder who could that be. I'm gonna go take a look. Coming to the stage area, I caught sight of Alyssa on the stage. The girl was just giving it all. With her eyes closed, she placed one of her legs upon the speaker and swaying her body with the rhythm of the music. I couldn't recognize the melody, but I was pretty sure I had heard it before. Probably something from Soviet rock. I could have named a dozen bands in this genre right off the bat, but I was hardly an expert. The song seemed really simple, literally just a 3-chord progression. Probably even I could have played it, given some time to practice. I wonder where Alyssa got her playing skills. In the USSR, such music had never been nationally acclaimed. The future rock star wasn't taking any notice of me. It was like she was trying to become one with the music, to resound in every note, in every bar, in every triplet. Rock heroes of the 80s instantly came to mind. Many of them were devoted to the music in a similar way. If she got dressed in something more suitable for that period's fashion instead of her pioneer uniform, no one would notice the difference. Her performance was coming to an end. Picking out a last couple of chords, Alyssa finally noticed me. Did you like it? She doesn't seem as surprised as I would have expected. Yeah, that was cool. As if you could do any better. Smiled Alyssa slyly. I'm not saying I could do it better. I'm not a pro in music. No doubt. I didn't know what to tell her next, and was heading on my way. Dude, no. Tell her, ask her to play me something else. Huh? I wanna record it. Here's my phone. I'll record it. Wait a minute. What? Heard about the evening dance party? Oh. There's the ball, and I've been freaking doing it with the nurse and the bookworm. I thought it was a ball. Ball, dance party, what's the difference? She frowned. Yes, I did, and so what? Are you going to go? After throwing those words, she turned away. I'm not sure. And you? What am I going to do there? Watch a herd of morons. There was some truth in Alyssa's words, but this open disrespect surprised me. It's clear that it's not the idea of the ball she hates. But why? What do you mean, but why? Well, why don't you want to come? Dance parties ought to be fun. Do you really think so? Annoyance flashed in her voice. I don't know. But I thought you would. Never liked them. She interrupted me. There's absolutely nothing to do at such parties. I see. So what's your plan then? I asked to just keep the conversation going. I'll just carry on practicing. What are you practicing? The song, dumbass. You even heard it. Alyssa had gone totally mad. A few more wrong questions and I will have to run for my life. Who wrote that song? I did. So you wrote it by yourself? By myself. Cool. An awkward silence hung in the air. Okay then. Don't you want to listen? Dude, I'm gonna say listen if the choice comes up. Didn't I just hear it? It's fucking dude. That's not what I meant, she pouted. The whole song is just a jam for now. Ah, come on, do it then. Not right now. Well, don't do it then. I felt uncertain about what she wanted from me. You mean you don't want me to play? Seems like I frustrated her. No kidding, dude. Oh, dude, I need some coaching. I got ready for her to smash the guitar on my forehead or something even worse. But there was only an upset expression on Alyssa's face. I want to, I told you. Come here tonight then. I'll play for you. For me? How cute. Tonight is the dance party. You said that you wouldn't go. I didn't say that. Frankly speaking, I didn't want to go, but messing around with Devchez was no good either. Olga won't like it. Screw her. Oh my gosh. Why am I so attracted to this girl? Said Alyssa, getting steamed up. Dude, you come. Between shame at the dance party and Devcez's mad guitar skills, I'd rather pick the latter. Good boy. Yeah. Dude, she's gonna rock your world. She smiled strangely. I just wondered if the decision I made was the right one, when suddenly I was interrupted by a ringing calling the pioneers for lunch. I looked towards the canteen. I suppose it's time to go. Hunger is a sharp thorn. I turned around with the intent to call Alyssa to come along, but she looked so cheerless and down. Every musician should know when it's time to leave. I grumbled under my breath. Who's marching forward in a row? It is our pioneer squad. Pioneers in a row usually march to the canteen in the camp. I was looking for a place where no one would disturb me, like what happened before, just so I can eat in peace. And for that, I have to at least not be the last one to come. But I was pretty sure whatever happens here happens whether I want it to or not. The canteen was crammed as full as an egg. Olga was standing at the entrance, guarding it like a hawk. Well, Simone, were you working hard today? Hard enough. Well done, truly well done. And the hardest is yet to come. I just bet. Fine, take a seat next to the girls. Yeah, baby, girls. She pointed at the table next to the pillar. Slava, Yelena, and Lena were already sitting there. Not bad company. At least not the worst. Oh, dude. I got my meal and went up to them. Do you mind if I sit here? I caught myself sounding a bit clueless. There were no other free places anyway. No, of course not. Please do. Lena remained silent. Today the meal consisted of a plate of blah blah. Suspected there was some meat lurking in it, but I had no evidence. Some poultry, chances of Chickenus domesticus, and fried potatoes and a traditional glass of crumpet. I found myself liking the local food more and more. I guess I just came to the conclusion that I have no other choice, which means there's no use in complaining. Thank God there's something to eat. Coming to the ball tonight? I'm sorry, Slav, I'm not coming to the ball tonight. I don't know. Though I already had my arrangements with Alyssa. He'll come. He got nowhere to go, Alyssa said happily. You will come for sure. Of course, I can't miss the opportunity to watch you make a fool of yourself. She got it right, so I decided not to reply. And what about you? I asked Lena. Yes? She replied briefly. See, you should go then. You should go too then, says Slava as if leaving me no choice. Don't forget to wear your tailcoat. Apparently, Lena was so pleased with her joke that she laughed out loud. But I really had nothing to wear. My wardrobe was just a pioneer uniform and my winter clothes, which would be inappropriate for the evening. And what will you be dressed in, entertainer? Secret. Will be a little dress just like in a kindergarten's matinee. Yelena turned red. Looks like I managed to offend her. Yeah. No, I wore a biohazard suit just so I don't catch an infection from you. I wonder what kind of infection you are afraid of catching from me. Enough, you guys. Don't quarrel. Idiocracy, of course. Looks like Yelena was highly pleased with her, as she thought, brilliant answer again. You know, if you already have the flu, you can't catch a cold. Two can play at that game. What are you implying? Oh, nothing at all. I looked away slyly. Do you mean that? She went red again. I don't mean anything. Guys! Given that it was Lena who interfered, it probably really was time to stop. You're asking for it. You're gonna get it. What? You finally wise up? Instead of replying, Yelena grabbed her plate, filled with borscht, and tipped it over my head. This game meant an unexpected finale. Oh, you little piece of shit. She jumped up and tried to run away. But this time, she won't get away. I grabbed her hand. Now what? I can't just smash her head against the table. This panic lasted a few seconds. Suddenly, using skillfully grabbed a glass full crumpet and splashed it in my face. That way, she managed to get free of my grip. She dashed off towards the counter, and I chased her. This resulted in several flip tables, a pile of smashed tableware, 5 pioneers crippled by various injuries, and full exhaustion of both parties. A draw, sort of. A belligerent draw, with too much belligerence. We stood before each other and breathed heavily. Tell me you won't behave this way again. And you? Olga snuck up. Oh, pissed off Olga. When you think about it, such a ride couldn't go unnoticed. Well, are you satisfied with yourselves now? I caught her. I taught her a lesson. Her voice appeared to be calm, but I was sure she was just about to explode. And who's going to clean up all this mess? Exactly what happened. Who? I'm asking you. Who? Him, replied Una with a complete confidence. Her, I objected less confidently. Both. The camp leader brought a conclusive end to this ongoing argument. Generally, I wasn't sure that my share of the blame is more than hers, although Yelena didn't have a drop of guilt on her face. Beat it. I'm not cleaning. Ain't nobody got time for that. This is his fault. He started it first. No, it isn't. Man, you're such a frickin' child. Oh, yes, it is. I'm not going to sort out all of that nonsense. Simon, go grab a mop, a bucket, some cloths. You know, that kind of stuff in the closet. And as for you, She looked at Elena with such a burning glaze, and I felt a bit sorry for the girl. You start to pick up the broken tableware immediately. Olga took a deep breath and continued. You're nothing but trouble. How many times have I told you? I decided to skip the lecture and went to the closet that appeared to be near the exit. Suddenly, a perfect idea flashed in my head. Why don't I just run away? Sure go, Olga has caught us already, but I'm not the one to blame. Of course, I'm not that true pioneer she keeps talking about, but in comparison to Elena... Anyway, she's the principal culprit. It's not like I have nothing better to do than cleaning up the mess here. I have to seek answers. The truth is out there. Somehow flashed through my mind. You know what? I'm not gonna do that. Now, running away is hardly a good idea. For starters, Olga has caught me already, and dashing off would only aggravate my punishment. As well as that, I was indeed partially guilty. Of course, it was all her fault. But if I hadn't reacted like that, probably we could have avoided this thrashing. Probably. I opened the cabinet and took out a broom, a mop, and a dustpan. Olga wasn't anywhere near Elena by the time I returned. She's gone? Can't you see for yourself? Elena looked upset. All her youthful spirit vanished without a trace. Okay, hang on a sec. I'll go and wash myself a bit first. I shot her an angry glance and headed towards the exit. I washed up the scraps of lunch off myself and returned to the canteen. Well, no escaping it. We have to clean it up. It's all because of you. Just a single gaze from her gave me the creeps. Of course it is. It's me who's guilty of everything. It's me who's a local natural hazard. Oh, shut up. Still, it's kind of strange that she's not trying to avoid this cleanup duty. Elena had a solid opportunity to just run away and leave me alone, but somehow she did the exact opposite, diligently gathering broken plate fragments, mopping the floor, picking up chairs and tables. In fact, she was so fast that I had a tough time keeping up with her. Well now, aren't you suddenly acting all goody-goody? It's not like I want to spend the whole day here, you dork. She still sounded irritated. Listen, you've got to understand that you can't behave like that. At least not to such an extent. For some reason, I decided to try and give her a moral lecture. I haven't done a thing. It was you who was calling me names. Elena grabbed a bucket and a mop and went to the farthest corner of the canteen. Looked like she's still angry. Looking back at the mountain of broken tableware, I finally began to understand the scopes of the catastrophe. We're lucky that at least the forks and spoons are made of metal. We still have something to eat with. But there are hardly any plates left. Hey? Elena called me with a shout. I went over to her. I don't get it. Why do you hate me so much? Her face became so serious that I was ready to believe that it wasn't just yet another trick of hers. Why do you think so? I have no idea. That's exactly why I'm asking you. I don't hate you. It's just that sometimes you behave like, well, you know, as simple as that, but still true. Like what? I have no idea. She lifted her gaze to me, boiling with curiosity. Well, for starters, what's the big idea of pouring the crumpet all over me? You were asking for it. She smiled for the first time since we started cleaning. Yeah, sure. I heaved a deep sigh. So what do you expect from others then? Nothing, she replied acidly. This discussion was over, so I just continued cleaning up in silence. It took us a few hours to fix up the canteen. At last, all the broken tableware was gone. Chairs and tables were in their designated places. The floor looked clean. We were sitting together with Elena next to the food counter, breathing heavily, deservedly resting. Now you see how much effort it has to be put in because of a silly trick? But I'm not tired at all. though the sweat pouring down her face told the opposite story. Oh well, good for you. So what are we gonna do next? I don't know about you, but I'd rather go... Nope, that's not all. You have to... She hesitated. To help me with another little thing. Think of another silly prank? You bet. She was smiling broadly. I'm not your man here. I'm more than fed up with just one punishment for today. Okay, here's the deal. If you help me now, there won't be any more pranks. Sure, that was an inviting prospect, but somehow I couldn't bring myself to trust Elena for a moment. Well, wouldn't hurt to ask. So what is your cunning plan? We're going to steal the candy. What? I should have expected something like that. Candy is for kids. So the chef will go out to dump the trash. Nobody's gonna see us. Count me out. Whatever. She grunted and turned away. Then I'll do it myself. And I won't allow... I couldn't even finish the sentence as Elena already jumped off the counter, ran to the cabinet, opened the door, and started rummaging through it. Hey, cut that. It's not like you haven't gotten enough problems with Olga. She didn't reply. You won't get away with just cleaning duty for something like that. Elena closed the cabinet. She held a huge bag of candy in her hands. Oh, you little... Put it back. She stuck out her tongue at me and dashed off through the back door. Couldn't just leave it at that. I darted off in pursuit. Oh, dude, just let her be. Let her be. Sure, the girl had quite a head start, but I still funneled all my energy into the chase. I won't lose her again. You know what? As we're doing the chase, we are now going to take a break. So go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button. And let's see what happens later tonight, you know, with the nurse, with the rock chick. I think it's going to be quite a fun evening, if I do say myself. So I'll catch you guys later.
Tell me pretty lies, look me in the face. Tell me that you love me, even if it's fake.